More of our lives are being lived, or at least managed, in the cyber domain. This puts ever-increasing importance on cybersecurity to protect ourselves and our nation. On this NSP Short, J. Paul Haynes explains the cyber kill chain and mechanics of finding the bad guy in the network.
Basically, what we did at the time was heresy. This is what happens with destructive technologies. We saw that the problem was changing so fast that IT organizations doing patching and updates could not keep up with the threat. The threat was changing by the day, and they were doing policy changes by the month or by the week.
Right.
And so the problem needed us to get in there and effectively change policies by the minute or by the hour. And so large IT organizations were not receptive to this. They did not like us doing effectively changing firewall rules on the fly. But that's actually how you solve the problem, because the adversary gets first mover advantage. They get a vote, as you say. Like every battle plan in your prior life is great until you engage with the adversary and they get a vote, and it could change everything. And so we live that every single day. That's our Tuesday, right? It's a very normal for us. So rather than sort of reject that, how do you embrace it and use that as a design point? So for us, our mission was to prevent business-altering breaches. We would only be technically looking at something that had got past your firewall. So everything that we're looking at is already potentially a breach in process, but they take time to complete. This is where we get into some of the military jargon, the kill chain. So we have the cyber kill chain. Lockheed Martin came up with the term. They are actually in our office in 2012 showing us this new thing, trying to figure out how we could work with them. So when a bad guy gets into a network, I'll try and make this non-technical. Bad guy gets into a network. Most often today, they're invited in by a human, clicking a link on a website or opening a document that has a payload embedded into it, a piece of malware inside the document that you can't see, and then it does a bunch of things. It would try to, in some cases, drop a file onto your file system, and then that file starts running, and then it's doing reconnaissance, and it's picking up all kinds of telemetry. Then it's connecting back to its mothership, the evil layer of the adversary. So we call that command and control, and it's exfiltrating information to the command and control. And then the adversary is making a decision. It might say, oh, well, you've got McAfee antivirus. I'll put this other payload down there to turn that off so I can get around it. Okay. And so all this back and forth. What I just described there is probably 8 to 10 different detection opportunities. And so we said we'll get really good at detecting. And then once we've detected it, we have to be able to apply countermeasures. And the countermeasures, the D's in the kill chain, ours are basically disrupt. Our main one is disrupt. We don't have to do more than that because it's highly effective. So the bad guy is generally only doing what they're doing through the internet. They are trying to basically move laterally in the network, escalate privileges, and get to the system admin or the root credential so that they can do what they need to do to complete their objectives. So we focus on getting up to that point. After they've completed their objectives, it's a whole other problem. And so our mission is to disrupt them before they complete the last step in their kill chain. So the kill chain might be 15, it could be 25 motions. And we have a detection apparatus. Now, I'd like to think we get all 25, but we're probably getting 20 of them, and they're highly motivated to evade, but they can't evade all of the time. You cannot put traffic on a network undetected, or if you can, it's probably government level tradecraft, and it's basically impossible to do it. There will be evidence one way or another.